Area is of course measurement for two-dimensional spaces. For example, you want to know how much space a wall takes up, in other words its surface, or the floor, how much space the floor surface takes up. Okay, and so that is when we talk about area, right? So this is two-dimensional. Okay, so very importantly, when we talk about this two-dimensional area, we know that if I have to look at the area of a rectangle, where this is the length and this is the breadth, then the area of a rectangle's formula is length multiplied by breadth. Okay, so if they are in the same unit, let's say this is 1 meter and this is 2 meters, then we know that the area of this rectangle over here is 1 meter, and I'm sorry, my length and breadth are incorrect, in terms of the length being the longer side of rectangle and the breadth being the shorter side. However, the concept remains the same. So it's 1 meter multiplied by 2 meters. That's going to give me 2 meters squared. So that's the first thing to note. The first thing to note is that area is measured in square units, right? The units are squared. So when we talk about area, it's measured in square units, and these units that we speak of could be square kilometers, it could be square meters, it could be square centimeters, or it could be square millimeters, right? And we're going to use a similar table to discuss how to convert between them. Right, we could have been using an imperial system where we talk about inches and feet, but that will be discussed in future videos. Okay, so let's break it down. I've got kilometers, I've got meters, I've got centimeters, and I've got millimeters. Now once again, when I go from, I'm going to talk about area conversion over here. When I go from kilometers to meters, again from a larger unit to a smaller unit, I multiply by 1,000, because there's 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. From meters to centimeters, I multiply by 100, because there's 100 centimeters in each meter. And from centimeters to meters, I multiply by 10. Now it's very important to note that we are talking about area conversions over here. So I'm not just speaking about 1,000 meters, but rather I'm talking about square kilometers, square meters, square centimeters, and square millimeters. So this will be 1,000 squared, 100 squared, and 10 squared. Similarly, if I go the other way, I divide by 10 to the power of 2. I divide by 10 to the power, of 3, or 100 squared. And here I divide by 1,000 squared. Okay. Righto. So there's my area conversion, and we'll be discussing a few examples as to how to convert between them. Remember to keep this table handy and to also commit them to memory.